Hi there, and welcome to another heart-centered episode of Mindful Bipolar Talks. I'm so grateful you're here. Whether this is your first time tuning in, or you've been walking alongside us for a while now, thank you. You being here means you're investing in your growth, your healing, and your relationships. Now, before we jump into today's powerful topic, I invite you to take a moment with me. We're allowed to slow down. In fact, slowing down is sometimes the most radical act of self-love. And as always, if you find this episode helpful, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need this gentle reminder today. You never know whose life you might touch with a simple share. Why do we keep hurting the people we love? This episode was inspired by a raw and honest question from someone in the bipolar community. It went something like this. Why do I keep hurting the people I care about most? Why do they end up getting the worst parts of me? Phew, that hits, doesn't it? And if your heart just dropped a little hearing that, it's okay. You're not alone. This is a question that so many of us ask, sometimes out loud, sometimes quietly in the aftermath of a bad episode, or after we've said something we can't take back. But here's the thing. Asking this question is not a sign that you're broken. It's a sign that you care. It's a sign that you want to do better. Reflection moment. When was the last time you felt regret over how you spoke to or treated someone you love? The science behind the hurt, mood shifts, and mental clarity. Let's start with some understanding. Bipolar disorder is not just about emotions. It's about brain chemistry. When we're manic or depressed, our brains are flooded with neurochemicals that literally distort our thinking. Adrenaline makes us reactive. Dopamine can make us impulsive. Low serotonin clouds our judgment. And suddenly, the loving, kind-hearted person we are, they get hijacked by survival instincts, irritability, or emotional overload. We may say something sharp. We may withdraw or explode. We may act in ways that don't align with our values, and later wonder, why did I do that? But in the moment, it feels real. The hurt feels justified. The words feel necessary. Until it's over. Thought balloon gentle question. Have you ever looked back and thought, that wasn't really me? That was the illness talking? Why, it's the closest people who get hurt. Now let's talk about proximity. Why is it that we often end up hurting the people we love most? The truth is simple but painful. It's because they're there. They're the ones who show up, stay close, and catch us when we fall. And sometimes that makes them the closest target for our storm. You wouldn't open up like that to a stranger. You wouldn't snap at someone you just met. But the people who are always around, they become the ones we feel safe enough to unleash on. And while that might sound backwards, it actually makes a sad kind of sense. Safety becomes the place we vent, and sometimes, even unintentionally, we cross the line from honesty into harm. Thought to sit with. Are you treating your emotional safe spaces like punching bags without meaning to? The pattern of regret. Here's how the cycle usually goes. A mood shift hits. Tension builds. We snap, say something harsh, or shut someone out. Then the moment passes and shame floods in. Maybe we apologize. Maybe we minimize. Maybe we tell ourselves we'll do better next time. But the pattern repeats. This cycle doesn't make you a bad person, but it does call for attention. Because over time, people start to fade. They start to protect themselves. And if we're not mindful, we might lose the very people who love us the most. Check in. Have you seen this cycle play out in your own relationships? What does your after moment usually feel like? Interrupting the cycle. The power of awareness. So, how do we stop? How do we prevent the people we love from becoming collateral damage during an episode? It starts with awareness. That tiny, brave moment when you say to yourself, wait, something's off. Maybe your speech speeds up. Maybe your body feels restless. Maybe your thoughts feel like bees buzzing in a jar. Or maybe you start feeling numb, withdrawn, or deeply irritable. These are signs. They are not character flaws. They are signals asking you to pause. And in that pause, you gain power. Tiny step. Could you write down your personal warning signs today? Just 3 signals that say, I might be heading into a mood swing. Before you hit send, just breathe. You're furious. Someone misunderstood you. You feel attacked. And now you're typing that long text or drafting that call-out post. Stop. Breathe. Don't send it. Let the words sit. Save it in notes if you must. Go outside. Stretch. Cry. Scream into a pillow. But give your rational brain time to come back online before you respond. Because 9 times out of 10, that emotional release won't bring peace. It'll just create more wreckage. Ask yourself, who am I trying to hurt? And what am I actually trying to express? What to say instead? Communicating with kindness. Here's a phrase you can borrow when things feel too intense. I care about you, and I don't trust my words right now. Can we talk when I feel steadier? That one sentence can protect your relationship. It's honest. It's self-aware. And it builds trust. Even if you're married. Even if it's your parent. Even if they should understand. Because no one deserves to absorb your pain unchecked. Quick prompt. What's your go-to phrase when you're feeling overwhelmed? If you don't have one, could you create it today? Find new outlets for emotional energy. If you stop using people as outlets, the energy needs somewhere else to go. That's just science. Here are a few ideas. Take a walk with loud music. Paint or draw. Even if you're not artistic. Write a letter you don't send. Sing. Clean. Bake. Dance like nobody's watching. These aren't distractions, they're redirections. They change the chemistry, the momentum, and the outcome. Challenge. Could you create a storm kit? A physical or digital box with items to help you ride out a bad wave. Invite feedback. Then receive it gracefully. Tell your loved ones, if you ever see me spiraling, can you gently let me know? Even if I don't take it well in the moment, I want to grow. But then when they do give you feedback, listen. Breathe. Resist the urge to bite back. Thank them. You asked for this because you trust them. And if you're not ready to hear it that day, say so. Then revisit it when you're clear-headed. Self-inquiry. Are you making it emotionally safe for your loved ones to help you grow? Rewiring takes time, so be gentle. Let's be real. You've probably been reacting this way for years. Maybe even decades. Changing these patterns isn't a weekend project. It's lifelong work. Think of it like training a puppy. You don't yell when it slips up. You guide. You repeat. You reward progress. You keep showing up with love. Do the same for yourself. Celebrate even the smallest wins. I paused before snapping. I sent a gentler message. I recognized the mood coming on. That's growth. That's success. Ask yourself, what's one small win you can celebrate this week? Hold on to the people who stay. Here's the truth. Not everyone stays. Some people will walk away. And when they do, it's heartbreaking. Not just for you, but for them too. So if someone is still here, still answering your texts, still sitting with you through your storms, don't take that for granted. Tell them, thank you. Show them you care with action, not just words. Let your healing be their reward. Simple act. Could you send a text right now to someone who's stayed? Just to say, I see you. I'm grateful. I'm working on me. We covered a lot today. And if you're still with me, I want you to know, I'm proud of you. This work is deep. It's messy. It's brave. So take what resonates. Let go of what doesn't. And come back to this episode anytime you need a reset, a reminder, or just someone to say you're not alone. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this episode if it touched your heart. Let's keep building this mindful community together. Disclaimer. This podcast is for educational and emotional support only. It's not a substitute for therapy or professional guidance. Always continue working with your doctors, therapists, and support teams. Until next time, keep breathing, keep growing, and keep choosing the kind of love that heals. You're not your worst moment. You're your next step forward.